Hello everyone, this is Joe the Orange, and today I'm playing 3 spear units on Miltiades. If you couldn't tell already, you must be new to this fucking game. You see that portrait with the dude with the big fucking helmet on? They call him Miltiades, or Milli Vanilli, it's up to you. And see those 3 dudes standing there, and then there's 3 more dudes that look kind of the same standing next to it. And then there's 3 more dudes who look like fucking twins of the first 3 dudes. They're spear units. That's their portrait. They're not actually related. Actually, I'm not sure. They might be related. They might be from the same fucking village. I don't know. It's back in Roman times. Everyone's fucking everyone. So they could be. They probably are related. That's why they look the same. Now that I've explained portraits to you, you can look up the definition. It means, I even fucking know. I don't know where I was going with that. You can look up the definition, it will just come up the definition of portraits. Nothing what I've said has been the definition of portraits. But let's talk about the game. So I'm playing spears, and what they basically are, Miltiades spears should I say, not that Leo fucking spear shit. Not that Alexander fucking spear shit. I'm playing Miltiades spears, which is basically cavalry. I keep saying this and people keep saying I'm fucking wrong. But I'm 100% right. It's cavalry. And what I'm doing at the moment is I'm pretending I'm going to fight. And then I'm like, no, I'm not going to fight. And then my javelins are shooting the enemy's swords. Unfortunately, they have archers. And these are the piss weak javelins he's playing. He's playing the lower tier ones who don't have the amazing shield block. And I'm playing Miltiades, and I don't exactly like taking arrows to the knee either, so I'm getting the fuck out of here. Now my unit that is getting attacked by the swords is moonwalking out. They're just moonwalking the fuck out. Because I don't want to get killed by swords. I don't like it. And for all I know, he has his charge up, so the minute I lift my phalanx, he could destroy me. At this stage, the javelins are saying to me, can you help us? And I will say, nah. But being serious, for a second here, there was just no good engagement opportunities for me in that battle situation. We were heavily outnumbered. They had archers, they had spears of the same tier as me, they also had plenty of swords. So what I'm better off doing is retreating for now and finding a better engagement. Hopefully we can make the score up that we lost in that situation. And maybe if our team came up with us, like those archers that just got wiped out, we might have had better opportunities, but you know, shit happens, mate. So at the moment I'm just scouring around for a better opportunity, making sure I have my eye on the mini-map. If their spears and archers have moved into the forest, I have a good chance of ambushing the archers, wiping them out, and then finishing off the spears. But I noticed that the archers are in the middle of the field, which means that their protection has probably followed them. So that gives me an opportunity to wipe out these tier 5 swords right here. Hopefully suffer very minimal casualties. And in a quick amount of time. It's very important to suffer the minimal amount of casualties. Also in a very quick amount of time. If I haven't made myself clear, it's very important. You get the fucking point. Now you may be wondering, why the fuck did you run all your units that way? The javelins are basically running to where you were before. And I'm thinking the same fucking thing. I thought he was going to go downhill into the more open terrain where I could surround these swords, but he went uphill to where I already was. A bit of miscommunication there. It definitely would have been better if I still had one spear unit. Basically, pretty much where the javelins are fucking now, right? I know it, you know it, everybody fucking knows it. If you write a comment about it, you can suck my dick. But what we do have is a solid debuff onto the enemies from those small units of javelins. Mix that with my fear and high tier, and I tried to rhyme further, but it didn't fucking work. And something else, we win, okay? Okay? And there goes my chair again. Do it. Oh yeah, there we go. Usually when people go, oh, did you just fucking fart or something, mate? When they hear my chair, I'm like, dude, look. And I'll try to show them. It doesn't make a sound usually. Luckily this time, because I'm recording, see, when it's live, that chair makes that fucking sound. And then when I try to prove it wasn't from my anus, it won't do it. You go, look, it's a chair. And it's just fucking quiet like this. There's nothing worse, mate. Nothing worse. They go, yeah, sure it's a chair, mate. Sure it's a chair. I'm like, look, it is. And then nothing. Look, no sound. No sound. It's horrible. And that was just to prove a point. See how crap no sound is? It's fucking horrible, man. So what really is worse? The sound of a fart or no sound at all? It's a hard fucking choice, mate. You just gotta have to fucking choose one or the other. Life has all sorts of conundrums you have to get through. Do you prefer the sound of gasoline leaking from a dude's anus, or no sound at all? Maybe sometimes you do prefer the sound of leaking gasoline, but other times silence might be great. Until a tree falls over and you can't fucking hear it, and then it hits you on the head and you're dead. That's what I learned from that song about trees falling in the forest when only one person is around. I think that's how it goes. One person is around, tree falls in the forest and kills him. Did he hear it? Obviously not, because he fucking died. Surely, if he did hear it, he would have moved out of the way, but he didn't. So he's dead now. There's nothing we can do about it. Let's move on. The enemy at this stage is capping our base, and I think they shouldn't cap our base. I don't like it. So what am I gonna do about it? I'm gonna fucking kill them, like the dude who got hit by that tree. They're going to die. Now, I haven't really talked about the game. I've just been talking shit. But let's get into it. What I'm going to do now is charge in and then go into phalanx stance because I'm fighting swords. I probably won't stand a chance against them in general. Even when I am in phalanx stance, it's going to be a hard fight. So what I'm going to do is actually backtrack out of the base and hopefully they stay in combat with me. If they don't, I'll move back into them. And then once they start trying to fight me again, I'll move back out. Rinse and repeat. Now I was hoping this sword unit's morale would break, so I've raised my phalanx. I'm just going in to surround him now. But the new morale mechanics, man, you can't rout shit like with just a rear charge. Luckily, I do have my javelin friend here coming over to give me those summer debuffs onto the enemy, which really does help. Makes it so my casualties are very small. And our team is in a bad spot at the moment. As you can see, their score is much higher than ours. We may be in a bit of trouble. May just be in a bit of trouble. When I see this cav coming, I pop my phalanx and he just goes straight in there and he's dragging through my spears, taking all that damage right there. But unfortunately my little tiny ally is going to die. Just like that guy who got hit by the tree. It all comes back to that. And luckily for my other spear unit in the distance in that swamp area, the swords did follow decapping themselves. It buys me enough time to think about what I want to do. Now my best chances against these swords is to rout them, hopefully get them surrounded on 3 sides, get those fears going, and hopefully that will get them to rout, or else it's going to be very painful and to make a comeback at this stage would be very hard. Not impossible, just very, very hard. Luckily he is coming out into this wider area. If he went into the other part of their cap point, it would have been harder to surround him. But when he's out in the open like this, I can get him on all 3 sides, get those fears in. Here comes the rear charge. Hopefully it breaks him. Come on, there we go. Now I'm feeling pretty damn confident that I've got this one in the bag. Just have to get that other unit routing. Unfortunately, the morale does come back on those other swords very quickly, even though they're completely surrounded. That's the new mechanics in the game that fucked me off. It would have ruined all his cooldowns, so anything he popped before he got routed would have been wiped from his unit. It's a great thing to do against Germanicus. If you just get him to rout for a little bit, you will have a much easier time versing him because he doesn't have that plus 100% melee damage and plus 100% melee attack. At this stage of the game, we are still pretty far behind. It's going to be very hard to beat them at this stage. They can just simply camp or go hide. I can't really do much about it. Luckily, these javelins are moving towards me. I have to play pretty aggressively. With that timer and the amount of points difference, not only do I have to kill the javelins, I probably have to kill another player to make up for it. So I have 2 units going straight in, one other one going around the flank. I thought they would probably retreat into the forest. Also, it gives me some line of sight on anything that is approaching from the forest area. They could be baiting me, for example. And if you have all 3 of your units all clumped together, it's very easy to read your movements. Once they see one of your units, they know exactly what all of your units are going to do. Now, this pike player doesn't put down his pikes in time. I'm guessing he is waiting for the javelins to be well clear of him. Or he popped it on the wrong unit. That is another very high possibility. He does go in for the shield bash, I'm guessing to put his pikes down in combat. Unfortunately, that doesn't work when you're completely surrounded. Unfortunate for him, should I say. Fucking great for me. Anyway, we're going in here. This is where the pikes just turn around and start fucking you up. Luckily, I have him on the rear and the front, so no matter where he spins, I should be able to get him. And then my spears do that shit. Like, where are they going? That was actually a bit of a misclick, but fuck me, man. I don't know why the fuck I did that. But, you know, shit happens. We still got them. We did lose a few guys there, so they are still ahead on points. I cannot see any enemies apart from this one cab, which is not worth chasing. The only real thing I can do now is separate my dudes, go to all the flags, hope I can spot something. That's the only thing I can really think about doing at this stage, and we probably won't actually find anyone. If we had a good 5 minutes, I might have been able to go to that cap point, put some pressure on them to come out of hiding. And then I spot these archers, I'm like, holy shit, they're sending more dudes in. Once I spot them, I start going straight for them. The timer is ticking down, there is not much I can really do. I can't really backtrack at this point of time. They do have barrage up, that's going to be horrible for me. Now that they've used it though, my other 2 units should be able to get into combat with them a lot safer. If I could replay this bit, I probably would have waited for my other 2 units to be closer in general before going in. But that time limit was ticking down, I wasn't sure if they were going to run or fight. I'm really lacking manpower at this stage, I'm not sure if I can pull this off. I am on this guy's ass right here though, just fucking get that charge back up. Come on. He's routed, get the charge hopefully. They did do a lot of damage to that unit as well, but I did do a lot of damage to them. And now that we're riding on this guy, hopefully he fucking routes too, and we can get that other charge off right there, there we go. And this is why I call these guys basically cav. They're cav that kills other cav, they're the best fucking cav in the game. They have the speed to chase down archers and javelins, etc. They have that phalanx to provide a lot of protection for themselves to get out of bad combat situations. They hit cav units for about 500 damage. They're more resilient, in my opinion. Well, they're more resilient than barb cav. Fucking hell, those guys just die. It is harder to dodge barrages on these guys though. It is possible, but it is harder to dodge barrages on the spears. Not much of an issue though. Apart from in this game, where it really fucked me up. Now I keep making the mistake of clicking on the enemy unit then charging. What you're better off doing is selecting a direction, charging, and then before you hit the fucking cliff, just push somewhere else. And it will actually stop you from taking damage from the cliff like I fucking just did there. Now my units are so low they can't actually see the enemy. It's going to be another scouting game. I'm just following those 2 dudes basically, but those 2 dudes misled me. They made me think he was up on that top bit, but they're actually down here. Just charging now, hopefully I can fucking find them. Here we go. And now the game is getting very close. If I had a few more seconds, it'd be in the bag. In the bag, but it fucking ends.
I'll leave you be.